Good morning, friends. We have studied very interesting topic in physics, which is nothing but the rotational dynamics. In this chapter, we consider many types of motion like linear motion, circular motion, and rotational motion. Firstly, all friends, we know about that when we can say that body is said to be in motion. We know that when body changes its position with respect to time, then body is said to be in motion. Here there are mainly two types of motions, linear motion and circular motion. Now we consider first linear motion. In linear motion, any object moving along the straight line, and this object which consider number of parameters like linear displacement, linear velocity, and linear acceleration. We know that linear displacement is represented by notation S, and its SI unit is meter. Then linear velocity is represented by V, and its SI unit is meter per second. And linear acceleration is denoted by small a, and its SI unit is meter per second square. Okay, we can define all these parameters related to the corresponding motion. Linear displacement is the change of position of a body in a particular direction. Okay, and linear velocity is defined as the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. That is, we can write V is equal to S upon T, that is displacement upon time, or the change in displacement. In derivative form we can write change in displacement with respect to time. So its SI unit is meter per second. Okay, now third one is linear acceleration. Linear acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Therefore, we can write change in velocity upon time. Here we considered initial velocity by u and final velocity by v. Therefore, change in velocity is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity, that is v minus u upon time t. Therefore, acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time is equal to v minus u upon t. Therefore, its SI unit is meter per second square. Friends, in this chapter mainly we can introduce circular motion, because circular motion is the part of rotational motion. So we understanding about circular motion, we are very well known about that circular motion. When we can say that any object moving in a circular motion, then we can define linear acceleration, sorry, circular motion is the motion in which object moves along the circumference of circle. If we consider any object is moving along the circumference of circle, suppose we consider circumference of circle, and here we consider A be the initial position of particle, and here we consider final position of a particle. In this motion, object moving along the circumference of circle in a particular time is called as circular motion. Similarly, all object moving in a circular motion having three parameters like angular displacement, which can be represented by theta, then angular velocity omega, and angular acceleration alpha. SI unit of angular displacement is radian. SI unit of angular velocity is radian per second, and angular acceleration is radian per second square. Okay, now we define all these three parameters. Here angular displacement means, suppose we consider circular motion of any object, and here initial position of particle is A and final position of a particle is B. Then in these two positions we can made a particular angle between two radii CA and CB, and which is nothing but the angle theta. This angle theta which gives the angular displacement. Therefore, we can define angular displacement. It is defined as the angle made by the radius vector from initial position to final position in a given time t. Is called as angular displacement, and this angle is represented by unit radian. We all very well known about the relation between radian and degree. We can also angle measure in degree. So we have to know about that, the relation between radian and degree. We know that pi radian, which is equal to 180 degree. 180 degree. Now we can define angular velocity. Angular velocity is defined as the rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time. So we can write angular velocity is denoted by omega. In derivative form we can write d theta by dt. Here angular velocity is defined as the rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time. So its SI unit is radian per second, because this angular displacement having unit radian and time having the unit second. So SI unit of angular velocity is radian per second. Now here we consider the definition of angular acceleration. We know that angular acceleration is the rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time, and it is denoted by alpha. So we can write rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time is called as angular acceleration, and its SI unit is radian per second square. Okay. Now here we can understand about characteristics of circular motion. There are mainly two characteristics of circular motion. First is it is accelerated motion. It is accelerated motion because when object moving in a circular motion, direction of that velocity is changes at every instant. So it is accelerated motion. Its magnitude is always constant, but its direction is not constant. When position of that object in a circular motion changes, corresponding direction of velocity also changes, but magnitude is not changes. So at all positions, particle having different direction. So it is called as accelerated motion. Second characteristic is that it is a periodic motion because during the motion particle repeats its path along the same trajectory. We consider motion of earth around the sun. We consider same path and same distance in equal interval of time. Another example is that motion of earth around its own axis. Every time earth revolving around its own axis in a particular same time 24 hours, so its motion is periodic motion. Another example is that second hand of a clock, minute hand of a clock, and hour hand of a clock, all these motions we consider periodic motion because all these three havings in equal interval of time to cover equal distances. So its motion is periodic motion. Now we can define uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. When we can say that, anybody tell me about when we can say that this motion of particle is uniform circular motion? Anybody tell me? Okay. We can say that motion of an object along the circumference of circle but with constant speed is called as uniform circular motion, and non-uniform circular motion is defined as the motion of an object along the circumference of circle but not constant speed but different speed at every position. That is, when we consider earth revolving around the sun in a circular orbit, so its motion is circular motion, but every time earth take a 1 year to complete one revolution around the sun, so it consider a uniform velocity. Because of that he consider equal distance in equal interval of time, so its motion is uniform circular motion. Another example is that we know that second hand of a clock which consider 60 seconds to complete one revolution, so that every time it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. So its motion is uniform circular motion because it is only possible that when its speed is constant. So its motion is uniform circular motion. Now we consider next point, centripetal force and centrifugal force. These two forces are important role in physics in circular motion, so that we can understand the concept of centripetal force. In this point, first we can know about the centripetal force. Okay, we consider circular motion of any object. Okay, when we consider this object is moving in a circular motion at this position. Okay, consider position A, and this particle having a particular force. Because of that he considers circular motion, and this force which is nothing but the centripetal force. So we can define centripetal force, the force acting on that particle which is moving in a circular motion, which is along the radius and directed towards the center of circle. This force is called as centripetal force, which can be represented by FCP. So, centripetal force is defined as the force acting on particle which is along the radius but directed toward the center of circle, which is called as centripetal force. Similarly, we can consider motion of any object or particle along the circumference, that is circular motion. But at that time, particle moving in a circular motion, but particle having a force along the radius but directed away from the center of circle. So its motion is circular, but force acting on that particle which is nothing but the centrifugal force. Okay, here centripetal force is represented by minus m r omega square or minus mv square by r. Okay, and magnitude of centrifugal force is plus mr omega square and mv square by r. Okay, now we compare these two forces, centripetal force and centrifugal force. Here we consider the table, left side centripetal force and right side centrifugal force. First we can say definition. In this point we define centripetal force. We very well known about that centripetal force, the force acting on particle which is along the radius and directed towards the center of circle is called as centripetal force. And definition of centrifugal force is that the force acting on particle which is along the radius but directed away from the center of circle is called as centrifugal force. Second point is that magnitude of centripetal force. We know that centripetal force having magnitude mv square by minus mv square by r, and centrifugal force magnitude plus mv square by r. These two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, because centripetal force is directed towards the center of circle and centrifugal force is directed away from the center of circle. Third point is that it is a real force, and centrifugal force is imaginary, किंवा त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणतो pseudo force, imaginary. बरोबर. मग आता या ठिकाणी सेंट्रिपेटल फोर्स रियल फोर्स का आणि सेंट्रिफ्युगल फोर्स इमॅजिनरी का? बिकॉज वी कन्सिडर दॅट every atom consists of three particles like proton, neutron and electron, and here proton and neutron, these two particles lies inside the nucleus and electron moving in a circular orbit around the nucleus. Okay, मग या ठिकाणी काय होते की पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज जो न्यूक्लियस आहे त्या न्यूक्लियसवरती पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज प्रोटॉनमुळे, तो पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज प्रोटॉन काय करतोय तर त्या इलेक्ट्रॉनला अट्रॅक्ट करतोय. मग यांच्यामध्ये जे फोर्स ऑफ इंटरॅक्शन आहे त्यामुळं स्टॅबिलिटी त्या ॲटमला मिळालेली आहे. देअरफॉर वी कॅन से दॅट ॲटम्स आर इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल. all these three particles are bounded together because of these force between positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electron. So it is real force. Also, we consider motion of satellite around the earth. Every satellite when launching in a circular orbit around the earth, we observe that all the satellite moving in a circular orbit around the earth, because of gravitational force of earth act on that satellite, so that this is the real force in which object moving in a circular motion. And imaginary force means that if we consider passengers sitting in a car and traveling along a straight road, but driver of that car consider a suddenly curved road and take a turn towards curved road, along curved road, then all the passengers in car experience an opposite direction force, because this car moving along a curved road, but force of that force on that passengers are away from the center of circle of that curve. So it is imaginary force. This imaginary force is a conditional force. When driver take a turn, then he realized a particular force. Similar example is that when bus traveling along the straight road, but driver suddenly take a brake, apply a brake, then all the passengers in the bus are moving towards forward direction because of force. This force is imaginary force. This force is imaginary because this force realized only when then driver take a uh, bus driver apply a brake. Okay. And fourth comparison point is that centripetal force is directed towards the center of circle and centrifugal force is directed away from the center of circle. And for example is the next point. In centripetal force we can say that electron revolving in a circular orbit around the nucleus because of centripetal force, and in centrifugal force, when a car take a sudden turn towards right, then all passengers in a car experiences a outward force towards left. Okay, this is the comparison between centripetal force and centrifugal force. Now we can consider applications of circular motion. In this application, firstly, we can consider first application, vehicle along a horizontal circular track. Okay, but this application is seen in next video. Please like the channel if you like the video, then subscribe to all students in 12th physics or 11th physics. So thank you.